on to one of my other buddies who most likely has solidified the Cy Young race in Blake Snell, except Justin Steele kind of fell off here recently. Zach Gallen kind of fell off here recently. And hey, Blake has done an unbelievable job. Snellzilla has turned out. Like, he has been unbelievable. But if he wins the Cy Young, which I believe he will be the first person to win the Cy Young in the last 10 years with less than 11 innings after the sixth inning. Corbin Burns won it. He had 11 innings where he pitched after the sixth inning. Talking all the way back to 2010, so that was 13 years ago, when Roy Halladay had 53 innings after the sixth inning. Is this his fault, or is this the manager's fault? Could he go 125 pitches to start?
So a couple things. I think that Blake Snell obviously should be the NL Cy Young winner. He's been the guy from end to end who has been the dominant starter in the National League. In his last 20 starts, guys, a 1.30 ERA in that span, 166 strikeouts, the ability to dominate a lineup and say, you know what? Yeah, I'll walk two guys. I'll walk three guys. And you know what? It's not going to matter because I'm going to strike out the side and those guys aren't going to score. And when that stat that you talk about, which hell of a nugget, Kratzy, hell of a nugget there. For me, no, it's not Blake Snell's fault. If you ask Blake Snell, do you want to start or you want to pitch 9 innings? He would say yes, but you do what you're asked to do, right? You're not your own manager. And he's coming from an organization in Tampa where it was the same way. Like, hey, you're going to go through the lineup twice, and then we're going to get the bullpen up. San Diego, similar. It's like, hey, get us through the lineup twice, and then we're going to go to the bullpen. And that's more circumstance than, like, it's not like he doesn't want to. And I think he's kind of the poster child for this, unfortunately, because of what we've seen in his past with the team that he played on, what happened in the World Series where they took the ball from him. It's not his fault. It's not his fault. But I think the fact that he's been able to dominate for this long, and yeah, the other three guys in the conversation, Logan Webb, Justin Steele, and Zach Gallen, those guys kind of, after what we saw from him, which was his Cy Young defining performance the other night, it's like, no, this should definitely be the guy. And we're just in a different time in baseball, and I don't think we should knock Blake Snell because of that. Like, he's not taking himself out of games.
Okay, let me ask you this. Is this the strangest career for a guy? Okay, because he's going to have 2 Cy Youngs, one in each league, right? You take away those 2 years, he's under 500 in his career. Heck, you take away 2018 where he was 21-5, he's under 500 for his career. I mean, this is one of the strangest careers, because in 2018 when he won the AL Cy Young, right? 21-5, 1.89 ERA. Should have won 180 innings pitched. This year, 14-9, 2.33. But you look at every other year, he's got 3.5 ERA, 4 ERA, 3.5 ERA, 4 ERA, 3.5 ERA, and then he's going to have 2 Cy Youngs. So then it goes to this. Most guys with 2 Cy Youngs, guess where they go? Cooperstown. Right. Is Blake Snell a Hall of Famer? Because it's such a strange career that the 2 great years that he's had have also coincided when nobody else is having a great year also. Because you look at the National League this year, there's nobody other than Blake Snell that's having a great year. Usually there's a couple of guys you can kind of argue, but then you also look at the AL, right? I mean, Cole's going to win the AL because he's the one having the great year. But normally there's a couple guys you can throw in the argument. The years that Blake Snell has done it, he's just blitzed everybody, and then the rest of the years he's been average.
I go back. Is it his fault?
No, it's not.
Is it his fault that nobody else, kind of rose to the occasion
but
with him?
It's just, isn't it strange that like
it is.
His career is like 2 Cy Young awards, and then
like look at Tim Lincecum, right? Another guy with 2 Cy Young awards, where like he was dominant for that 7-year stretch. He was as good as it got, and then that was it. And it was a guy that we thought, oh, maybe this guy goes to Cooperstown. And it didn't end up being that way. Jacob deGrom also has 2 Cy Young awards. Is he going to end up in Cooperstown? I don't know. At this point in his career, is he going to stay healthy? I think it is interesting. And I think when you look at Blake Snell and kind of spin it forward, that's a guy that's a free agent. It's a guy that's going to be a free agent. And with Shohei Ohtani not being able to pitch until 2025, that guy is going to command a different market this offseason.
He is going to get paid. I think it's a fascinating question, actually, Russ. Now I'm starting to dig through because he's only 30 years old. I mean, if he wins another Cy, you're going to deny a guy. Like, let's say he pitches, let's just be safe here. Let's say he signs a 6-year contract and he rides that contract out and stays generally healthy. And I will say he's pitched for the most part. He's had a few seasons. Obviously, I'm looking through here. I mean, it's not 30 plus every year, so he's missed some time, but not significant time. It's not like there's been seasons. This isn't DeGrom, right? Like he's mostly been on the field and pitching. So if he continues that for 6 more years,
but Scott,
AJ,
but listen, here's my thing. He pitches, but okay, he goes 189 innings. Okay, his first year, fine. But then he goes 129, 180 the year he won the Cy Young, 107, and he had 23 starts. That's under 5 innings a start. 2020 wash because it was the short year. Then the next year, 27 starts, 128 innings. That's not 5 innings a start.
Welcome to the modern pitching world.
But that's not even 5 innings a start.
I understand. Welcome to the modern pitching world. Are we only
saying.
going to put starters in the Hall of Fame during this era if they were eating innings?
Well, no, but that's a big thing.
But some teams look at efficiency. I agree. But if he had 6 more years here and he ends up with about a 15-year career that includes 3 Cy Young awards, and not bad years either, like you said. The rest of the years are mostly in the average range, ERA plus, right? Because the league has fluctuated. We had the year where the baseball's flying. You know, offense has changed a lot up and down. That's why I love using numbers like that. There's 1 year where he's sub 100. The rest of the years are 100 or better. And there's a few of those years, even aside from the 2 Cy Young years, which are ridiculous numbers, where he still performed as an above average pitcher. So it's interesting. That's good shit. I haven't thought about that, but I like it. We'll kick it around.
It's kind of like the Stanton argument we had a couple weeks ago about, is he a Hall of Famer, right? If he gets to 500 homers. I think Stanton's done one thing really well in his career. He said homers. Right? Other than that, it's been like, okay, what else does he do? He hits homers. He hits balls really far. So is he getting the Hall of Fame for that?
These are good ones. In the off season, we should pinpoint a few of these. So stay tuned.